Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of Polygon's Matic, taking a look at what's been going on most recently and what we would expect to happen next. As I get into the video, if you find it useful and informative, you guys know what to do. If you're new, subscribe, tap the bell, and if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, a link is in the description down below. Okay, let's get into this one. Let's keep it nice and brief and get everyone up to date with what I think is going on here with Polygon. So Matic paired up with USDT on the hourly chart, and Binance is the data source. Now, if we kind of zoom out on this just a fraction, you kind of see that we are tracking this kind of five-wave structured move to the downside. Now, there's a couple of different ways of kind of counting it. Now, we could look at this existing low down here at 75.82 as our wave 5 low point. It would be unusual, however, but not impossible for us just to map this in like so. Okay, but we have, of course, broken back down into a new lower low on the right-hand side here. So I don't think this is a real good count. It would actually make a lot bit more sense from the structure and the kind of scale of it, but I still think that we actually have a lot further still to go within this structure. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let me actually see if I can grab hold of the right thing. We just moved our fifth wave back over here and our wave 4 up to this high point, okay? So taking our low of wave 3 at 75.82 and our high for wave 4 at 84.71, we've started to pull back down. Under expectations for this would have been about 70.8 to 73.86, which we have not yet hit. Again, it's possible that this just becomes this little area, but I would think that would also be incredibly unusual. So what's actually going on here? Well, we can see that we've risen our stochastic RSIs. Okay, our hourly chart is up in the overbought area, the 4 hourly is overbought, and the 8 hourly is now overbought. The daily has actually just moved a little bit here. So I'm still thinking that we've got to bring our 8, 4, and 1 hour stochastic RSIs to the downside, which basically means that there's a lot of momentum potentially to the downside to come here. Now, doesn't necessarily mean that the price is going to move rapidly and completely crash out or anything like that, but it does mean that we're probably going to start to see some negative price action. Okay, and the strange thing about today is that as Bitcoin's either been trading down or sideways, Polygon has moved up a little bit. Okay, now this is obviously going to be starting to pay off dividends potentially. However, we should also acknowledge that Bitcoin is getting ready to move up, and we are potentially seeing that Matic here needs to have some kind of correction. So we could start to see something different occur here with Matic versus what is going on with BTC. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The first thing to acknowledge here is whether or not we are going to be dropping down lower than my expectations, which is very possible within this structure. And the reason for that is we could overextend our 5 waves, and that would happen with a 5-wave subcount like this: 1, 2, all the way down here for 3, then 4, then 5. And you could see that we could be heading down towards 63 cent pretty quickly. Okay, so a close eye and a close attention to detail with this one is going to be required to understand whether or not we're going to just move on down, maybe in some kind of diagonal structure with wave 5, or we end up overextending and dropping down way beyond the expectations here between 70 and 73.86. So a couple of things to kind of be concerned with there. Of course, we can take a little bit of a zoomed out approach here, and we can kind of see what we think is going on anyway, which is a much more significant move to the downside slightly longer term. This is all because we failed to hit that 130.6 up here to invalidate those potential lows, meaning that our low point for the bear market in the case of Polygon's Matic is down there at 1501, all the way as high as 23.78. Seems crazy, but unfortunately the higher that wave 4 goes, the lower that wave 5 has to. And this is just on the basic rules of Elliott wave theory. So if you're not familiar with these, you can join us down in Discord. We've got a PDF, 181 pages, that helps you understand how to apply Elliott wave theory, but also understands exactly what I'm talking about here inside these videos. This 5-wave structure would be all of wave 1. We'll be looking for a significant bounce to the upside for wave 2, so don't expect us to come all the way crashing down without any kind of significant movement upwards. And there would be one here within the wave 2 structure, which is potentially something that has started, but I'm not convinced on that just yet. Then of course we pull back down, massive wave 3 up for wave 4, down for wave 5, gets us into our zones where the bear market low would be. Okay, so in the case of Polygon's Matic, it is still possible that we move up higher than $1.30.6. However, a 5-wave structure wouldn't be on its own up this end. We would expect this to be either a zigzag 535, or as we've got just kind of labeled up here, an impulsive 5-wave structure taking us down 53535. So essentially everything there is looking as you would expect it for Elliott wave theory, but we are demanding a little bit lower, I think, in order to really finish off this first wave 1 before we can start moving up towards our wave 2s. Now, of course, the wave 2 could be reasonably high, depending on where our actual wave 1 or our 5th wave low finishes. We could end up with a pretty significant swing to the upside, anywhere between 50 and 88% of this entire structure getting retraced to the upside. So, you know, those are pretty interesting times, I think, for Polygon's Matic. A good surge down, a good run up, and kind of really teasing those emotions from retail investors. So I think for Matic now, I think the most common, the most logical conclusion that we have right now is that Matic has to pull back. Okay, the momentum is being indicated to us on our 1-hour charts, our 4-hour charts, and our 8-hour charts. We are looking for this next low point for Matic here. So anywhere really between 70 and 73, but I am cautious that we might be heading down more towards that 63-cent range for Polygon's Matic. So just keep a close eye on everything that's going on here, whether or not we're going to be able to break up higher than this existing high point, which is always another option, and in which case we'll have to reevaluate what's actually going on here, whether we've got some kind of expanding flat correction or something else occurring within this wave 4 structure. But for the most part, I'm expecting some downward price pressure here for Matic, and I will leave the video right there. Guys, if you have found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Now, if you have not yet joined us in Discord, why not go ahead, check it out. Link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I really don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. Until the next one, guys, have a fantastic day.